Hello everyone, I have a mini spinal awakening flow for you today. And I'm sitting up on a little blanket here because that's what I like to do for most seated postures. And most of this little session will be seated, a little moment in downward dog and some laying down, but most of it seated. And the reason why I feel if you have just a little bit of time for practice, spinal awakening might be a great place to devote that time is essentially because the spine houses so much of our nervous system. And while the brain is kind of the command center of the body, the spine is really the communication pathway. So particularly for connecting the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system, just a little bit of simple spinal movement goes a really long way. And the benefits of this are multifold. Maybe feeling better, helping to relieve a little bit of pain or discomfort in the body, mobility, coordination, and just that feeling of sort of awakeness. And then also, if you resonate with the idea from the yogic path of the energy kind of living in the spine, the chakra system, then you've awakened that as well. So many good things you can get from just a few minutes. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start. So have your blanket or pillow if you want. Come into a cross-legged position if that feels good. You can also do this from kneeling or even from a chair if you prefer. Rub your hands together a little bit. Take an inhale. And then exhale. Let's let the hands drift down onto the thighs or the knees. Maybe close your eyes and take another big breath in. And a full breath out. And then one more big breath in. And a full breath out. You can softly flutter open your eyes if you like, or you could keep them closed. But we'll start to move, reaching the heart forward. On your inhale, maybe a little bit of tilt up of the chin. Exhale, curl and round through the spine, doming back. Inhale, come forward. This is extension of the spine. And exhale, curl back. This is flexion of the spine. You might be rocking on the pelvis a little bit here too. We're going to do 3 more. Inhale and exhale. And the nice thing about these is you can really go to your degree, right? So you can make it more of a bigger movement, or if you're just a little more stiff or a little more sleepy or anything like that, it can be a little more subtle. Let's do 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. We'll come back into the neutral spine, taking a big breath in, a little bit of torso circles here. So kind of swivel your torso over to the right and forward, and inhale to the left and back. And we'll do it just 3 times in each direction. So it's forward and it's back, and just being kind of free about how your shoulders and neck might be moving with this too. And we're going to inhale back into center and then just swivel it over in the other direction to the left and forward, right and back. We got 2 more here. And come back into center. Inhale. Exhale, let that go. Relax your shoulders. If you are cross-legged, let's go ahead and switch our front leg just for a little bit of balance. Also good for the brain there. And take your right hand down to the right. We're going to do a side bend. Let the right shoulder relax here so we're not building any tension. Inhale the left arm up, and then exhale, side bend over to your right. And we'll inhale back into center, and exhale, side bend over to the left. And let's do 5 complete cycles. So to the right, exhale. Inhale, center. And to the left, exhale. Good. Center. All right, we've got 3 more cycles. Remember, your pace is great. It doesn't have to match mine. So wrapping up your final one here. And then we'll come on back into center, but can you lift both of your arms up? Interlace your fingers at the base of the skull, and this will be more of a static hold. So we'll inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Press your elbows back a little bit, and then just lean your head back into your hands any amount. You can see here from the side. Mine is very subtle, yet I'm really feeling this for my body. This is a back-bended shape. I'm feeling that extension held through the whole spine here. Certainly feel it in my shoulders as well. Okay, now we're going to inhale and we'll come on back into center and exhale to relax the arms down. All right, now we'll come into a tabletop position here. And you might want to use your blanket to even cushion the knees for this one. So we'll do a little bit of bird dog where we're down on one knee. And we'll come into that tabletop pose. Feel free to walk your hands out a couple times. And then we're going to see about pressing down into the top of the left shin. And then you're going to inhale, take your left arm forward, right leg back. Exhale, you'll come back into table. A little bit of tone into the core here, so you're supported. And then switch sides, so it's right arm, left leg. And exhale down. Now we're just doing 3 cycles. So this is a second inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, table. Switch sides. And table. And last one here. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. We'll take a big breath in. Curl the toes under. Now go carefully here because we haven't done a lot of warming for the legs. So you might just have bent knees with a nice subtle pedal of the heels for the first couple moments here. And so we're really working spinal awakening. Let's go ahead and now come into stillness with the knees bent so that we can really focus on pressing the hands down and forward, lengthening up through the spine. You can draw the frontal ribs in a little bit. Try aligning the ears by the biceps and just push, push, push. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Maybe a little wag of the tail here if that feels good. Always nice to listen into the body, see what little flourishes and embellishments actually work for you because they might be different than mine. One more breath in and exhale to a child's pose. Just for a couple breaths here, you can spread your knees out wide, big toes touching. Creep your hands forward a little bit, rest your head down towards or to the mat, and just for a couple breaths here. Awesome. All right, now we're going to come and lay down. So it certainly would not be spinal awakening without at least a twist, right? So we'll lay down. Okay, you can try spreading your arms out into a T. Maybe it's like a soft T, so it's more like little wings there. And you can cross your left knee over the right if this feels good. Scoot your hips a little bit to the left and lower your knees to the right. And you can also stack your knees if that feels better. It's a great option. And maybe turn your gaze to the left, and some people like to rest or gently press this right hand onto the left leg. One more round of breath. We'll bring the head back to center, legs back to center, uncross the knees, and just realign your hips in center before you take the second side. And that will be crossing right knee over the left, scoot your hips a little bit to the right, and then lower your legs to the left. Maybe gaze to the right, perhaps left hand with that self-assist. Alrighty, no rush here, right? Head's gonna come back to center, legs back to center. Uncross your knees and bring your hips back to center. And then take your feet out wide, and we're gonna do a couple windshield wipers of the knees. And then to close, I'm gonna give a few options here. So either taking your knees out by the ribs with a few rocks side to side. Maybe you can even rock your head with you. Or knees close together, wrapping your hands tighter around the legs for more of a little hug. Or happy baby. Right? Soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, holding on to the feet or the backs of the thighs and rocking side to side a few times there. I'm gonna add in one more little bit, which will be just a slant pose. So put your feet down about hips width and arms right at your sides, and just gently push into the arms and lift the hips just so they're in a slant. This is different than bridge pose. It's just about finding sort of a nice long engagement of the spine and really of the body all the way from shoulders to feet. Okay, it's an inhale and then exhale, release. Shavasana time. So you can extend your legs out long or set yourself up in any other position. And just a short rest for the short flow, but feel free to extend it if you like. Taking a nice breath in. A releasing breath out. Heavy through the whole spine. Relax through the body. Soften the jaw. Just rest. Take a couple of breaths. Maybe a little bit of movement of any kind. Like rotating in the joints, stretches in the body. Again, just listening in to what feels good. Try curling over on your side here. Right side is kind of the classic, but either side is great. And then we're going to meet up in seated. Maybe take a moment when you get there to even close your eyes and just feel the connection in your spine. You might be able to sort of sense a little bit more brightness and light in there as those channels in the body awaken. And bring our hands to heart center. And take a nice deep inhale. Then a full exhale. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, 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 everyone. Thank you so much for being here with me.